Alright, so if you feel your temperature of your shower is too cold, my wife likes really, really, really hot water. So here I'm testing the water out of our faucet in the first place to see what our hot water tank is even set at. And here you can see the chart where I have of how long it takes to get burned in different waters. So you got to choose whichever one seems to make sense for you and whatever's safe. If you got kids, obviously you want to keep it as low as possible. So here are my hot water tanks. You might only have one, but the settings should be pretty similar. You can see on the screen the different temperatures. These are not perfectly accurate. That's why they don't say the temperature on them. But just never set it to very hot. And like I said, just be careful if you have kids or whatever to set it at the proper temperature. And if you can, get one of these little devices that can actually measure the output of the water. So next I'm going to show you actually what I had to do because my wife likes it so hot. You actually can remove like a scalding protector inside your shower, but again, make sure you know your hot water temperature when you do that. And I would also suggest putting it back in if you were to move, because other people might expect it to be in there. I didn't want to turn up the temperature of the water in the house just so she could have a hot shower, so that's why I'm doing this.
Temperature of it, if you're not getting hot enough water, you can pop this out. You might need to stick a screwdriver in here. I've already pulled this out so it's a little looser. But all you gotta do is pop this guy off. And then you'll need to take this screw out. Once you get that screw out, don't drop it down the drain. And this is your, it's pretty nasty looking, but this is your scald thing here. And the closer you put it there, it'll say right here colder. You can see this is colder. The closer you put it there, the colder it'll make the hottest temperature. And then the further you put it there. I'm actually just going to take it out. Make sure if you take it out, you know the temperature of your hot water so nobody gets burned. But you just got to put this guy back on here. It lines up. Only goes a certain way, you know, with the little shape of that there. So put him on there and you'll see that he will now have no limits, and you can turn them past that hot point. You can just keep turning them. And all you gotta do is put your screw back in. If you don't want to take it out, you just have to move it, you know, to wherever you want it. If you want it hotter or colder, you can just put it in there however you want. My wife likes really hot showers, so I'm just going to take the whole thing out. I actually had to replace the screw too, because the screw is pretty rusted and nasty. And pop your cover back on. Whammo blammo, now you got a hot shower. You see how, like before it would go like maybe there would be the hottest. And it was actually coming out 117. I actually used a meat thermometer to measure it earlier. It was coming out 117 even though the sink, it was coming out 137 out of the sink, 117 out of here. And then once I took this out, the water is actually coming out 137, same as anywhere else. But they do this so people don't get burned. So make sure that you know the temperature of your hot water tank, because you can get burned if you take these out. Be very careful.